Comments like these is awesome to receive from the people you connect with online. Woo! All this talking, all this expression of dismay and not liking certain shows I've watched and why I don't like certain shows or movies. There's certain things you like that I don't like, certain things I love that you don't like, certain things that I deeply appreciate that you would hate, and so on and so forth. So messages like these are always dope to receive. So this comment comes from Paul King Motion. Nice. Hey man, thank you for recommending Paradise and Dark Matter on one of your videos. I really liked both shows, especially Paradise. Woo! The especially Paradise sound like you liked it more than Dark Matter. Liking both shows, but especially Paradise, that's pretty interesting. Because for me, it's the other way around. Just like him, I love both shows. In fact, the 3 shows that I've ranked as my top most enjoyed shows outside of Stranger Things. I think Stranger Things, or I feel Stranger Things is more like a collective experience. Whereas for my individual taste, Dark Matter, Paradise, and Severance. Those 3 shows, especially Dark Matter. There you go. That's me. That's what my especially would be for Dark Matter rather than Paradise. But I'm glad that his especially is for Paradise rather than Dark Matter. That means Paradise hit him more. I'm assuming hit him more than Dark Matter. At least something good came out of Alien Earth. Nice one. Finding your channel and finding actual intelligent sci-fi shows with good writing. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Even when I started talking about things that I don't like in regards to movies and TV shows, I was always reminding myself, don't sound like people who just, whine online for the sake of whining to get views, and to each their own. To each their own. The environment most of us are in when it comes to content creation or YouTube. Some of us just do stuff for the views, do stuff for the like, and it's to each their own. Yeah. People's goals are different, but for me, I love the art of storytelling. I love creativity, and I don't like when one's intellect is insulted with bad storytelling, with bad writing, with deliberate incompetency just in your face, and you can see it. You call it out, you bring attention to it, and people who don't sit down to process information call you out and say, oh, you're just doing stuff for views, or people like you just like to bitch. Maybe.
Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Maybe we do like to bitch, but at the same time, I like to balance things out and say, hey, here are 3 shows that I absolutely love and what I personally call good writing. I don't sit down and say all these shows are perfect. I don't believe in perfect. Bullshit. Damn. I don't attach that word to certain shows or movies. What I can say is it's competent enough. I feel the best rating I can give a thing is, can I watch that thing again? Can I watch that show again?
That's a good question.
I actually recently watched Dark Matter again with my son's mother, and she absolutely enjoyed it. And then we watched Severance together as well. She enjoyed that as well.
Nice.
So that's why you saw me expressing my dismay at James Gunn's Superman, for example, and then the Alien Earth TV series, especially after coming from Dark Matter, Severance, and Paradise. I'm like, dude, even the dialogue in Paradise. There's one particular scene, I'm going to do a video for that one, where this guy was approached in regards to the issues that people were facing in the Paradise show. And he was like, oh, the amount of money you would need and resources. The way the lady shut him down and told the character what was at stake, that concept or that illusion of, oh, you need so much money and so much documents signed and yada yada yada, that whole lie that people have told themselves over the years just disintegrated ASAP, because what was at stake was real.
That's right.
That scene was so powerful, so powerful. I was like, that's how you write dialogue, especially in the world you've created right now. Like, if your show is about alien invasion and you show 2 characters having an issue, siblings, a couple, friends, for example, after the alien invasion attack begins, intelligent writing, real, true, organic, rich writing, you don't continue the bickering or the issues you were having anymore, because it doesn't make sense.
You ain't lying.
Yesterday you were upset because so and so didn't take out the trash. Yesterday you were upset because someone didn't do the dishes. Yesterday you were upset because someone didn't call you to ask you how are you, or they didn't respond to your text message. Today there are aliens destroying homes, or there's a virus, or there's an outbreak of flesh-eating human beings, cannibals in zombie mode. Whatever it is, that thing the issues you were having yesterday no longer exist today, because you now have a new problem that far supersedes yesterday's issue. Not saying yesterday's problem is nothing, because it's something to you. It may not be something to your partner, but it's something to you. It may not be something to your friend. Whatever the thing is yesterday, it's real in the sense of the world we've molded for ourselves. Now, if the issue or whatever it is not tended to, do you lose 5 years of your life instantly? Does one ear fall off? No, but because of the construct we currently live in, or the temporary contract we currently live in, these things are seen as real problems. But when the aliens attack, and it's not, oh, it's conspiracy theory or the news hasn't, no, it's real. There are people dying. You hear the sirens, and the army is coming out full force, but they're not winning. Damn. So yesterday's problem, or what you thought was a problem yesterday, no longer exists. Today, it's now, what do we do? How do we move forward? Like, I wouldn't even have the time to bring up the issue and still be mad at you, because now my existence is at stake. My life is, it's like, we need to, whatever that nonsense we were doing yesterday, dead that. Yes. What's our tactic? What are we doing? Are we doing one of those survive the apocalypse, survive the zombie apocalypse? Do we need to be one of those people?
That's a good question.
So I'm very, very thankful that Mr. Paul King Motion, is it Paul King Motion? Let me check his name again. Let me check your name again. I don't want to call your name out incorrectly. I gotta do the brother justice. I gotta do him right. Paul King Motion. Yeah. Shout out to you, dude. Appreciate you at least coming back to me and say, yo, I appreciate you for the recommendations, for real. Comments coming in the video, especially positive comments, good comments, where I'm having conversations back and forth with you guys. It's cool. In the past, I was like, yo, if I start getting 15 to 20, 25, 35, 45 to 100 comments, I don't even know how I'm going to engage with all those people. That's why in my mind, I was like, I need to start doing more lives with you guys so I can have, one-on-one conversations, or, a whole group chat conversation kind of thing. And even though I tend to spill sometimes and forget to read the chat, I don't do it on purpose to, to ignore you guys. It's just, I get so passionate about what I'm talking about. That's my main thing anyway, passion. Nice. Passion and desire for this art form of storytelling, be it through movies, cartoons, audiobooks, whatever it is. I feel the overall thing is creativity. I don't like creativity being misused or disrespected, malhandled, especially when others have come before current storytellers or current contemporary storytellers, and we're like, well, these guys did a good enough job with the limited technology they had then. So what tale do you have? What reason do you have? And I don't want to sit down here and point fingers for the sake of pointing fingers. That's why I like to use examples to say, okay, well, if you're saying in this time period or this era, they had limited this and limited that. So what if this is true? Cool for this particular project. But what happened to this project that had the same limitations but did the storytelling much, much better? So Alien Earth and James Gunn's Superman really just exposed this whole whatever, we'll do whatever and they'll like it. It just sounds like, fuck them. We'll write whatever trash, we'll do this and we'll release it and they'll like it for sure. Or we'll find people who will like it. Now, on the flip side, I don't want to look like I'm insulting people's creative expression. For some people, they truly enjoyed working on that set of Alien Earth. For some people, when they heard the full story, when the team came together, when the think tank came together, when they were in the creative room bouncing off different ideas, they were turned on, they were excited, they were happy, they were giddy. And these things are all true. Yes. But the execution, however, poor. Yeah. Poor execution. Too many things in that show. And certain things, even with the number of themes where I'm like, it's too many themes, they didn't even take the time to ride on each theme and show the pros and cons. Maybe have Wendy be the first test subject for the hybrid thing. Something goes wrong during the transfer and then disorder and carnage ensues. Then they have to do a better version of Wendy, and then here comes Curly, or whatever her name is. The Peter Pan thing played out to me. Absolutely played out. Just the basic underline of saying we're going to have children's minds inside a hybrid body that's super powered. Just already I'm like, no. In what future world will that make sense? Unless the allegory is, oh, he has so much money, Mr. Boy Cavalier, he just makes dumb ideas work. Damn. And then the allegory is, oh, people who have so much money, it's like they're low-key stupid but present as powerful and intelligent to the world. That's right. We're paying a subscription fee to hear you tell us what most of us know, some of us know. I don't understand the concept of suffering through poor writing and incompetent decisions just to get the allegory or the message or the narrative. the main point is what the director is trying to say. No, just say it. Don't try to say it. Be bold. Maybe that's what should be on our screens when it comes to certain things that need to be said. Be bold. Just like Superman, James Gunn's Superman with Superman stopping the war. Be bold. Be direct. Get extra dialogue. Not just I stopped the war and then his girlfriend's like, oh, how did you stop it, or why did you stop it in America? No. Expand. You are doing surface level conversation. That's weak. You're trying to be bold or appearing to be bold, but not being bold. Then you underplay the whole thing by having Lex Luthor just say, I just wanted to do this to get rid of you and because I can and yada. Too many conflicting things. If you're going to say you're going to be stopping wars, that's like, that's a different kind of Superman. Because I think the Justice League animated series covered that. All this nonsense of war, yada. Just like Brainiac, you humans can be trusted. Just like any AI that sits down and says, oh, so the problem is not necessarily, the war and this. It's you humans who go out to start wars. It's you humans who are greedy, who are selfish.
You ain't lying.
That's why I can't stand when certain shows try to play, or movies try to play a robot as rogue and is gone. Oh, here we go. He's plugged into the internet and he's looking for nuclear warheads because he's now judged all mankind to be, pointless and weak. Oh, even the poor ones or the broke ones or the starving ones, if you gave them power and gave them money, they'll turn out to be the exact same as these. No. That's cheap and that's weak. You're touting this concept to the audience who's watching your show or your movie. You're saying this artificial intelligent being, Ultron, Megatron, Sucutron, Sakatron, Saturday, Tururu, whatever you want to call it, this thing you've created is so sharp and advanced at thinking, processing information, processing terra and tukabytes and karabytes, all these words you tout, yappa. Even I, observing this thing that you're telling me, would be able to sit down and say, this thing should be smart enough to say, it's not all mankind that's full of shit. It's a specific group of people.
That boy is good.
Whether they're tall or short, these people have reoccurring patterns.
Wait a minute.
This organization have reoccurring patterns from a particular timeline. Rinse and repeat to keep people subjugated, to keep them oppressed, to keep them in fear, anxiety, worry, poverty, mindset of lack, so on and so forth. And if you want to really tackle those things, tackle it and be bold, but don't shimmy yeah behind closed doors. Well, that's weak. It's weak. I mean, you're not prepared. You're doing a thing, but you act like you're doing a thing, but you're not doing a thing.
You ain't lying.
That's why I never really get excited when I see all these AI shows and a robot is taking over and nah. That robot should be able to say, you know what?
Wait a minute.
I can scan and see the pattern that a lot of human beings won't be able to see because they're too busy being stressed about, where they're getting food to put on the table for their children and health. And then the food, if you want to be very, very precise, you will make that AI go after specific people who are putting children on islands and doing nefarious things to them. Where are those movies? Where are those shows? Or are they written in a particular way where it's under the radar and then the nonsense are being propped up? Where are those shows?
Come on, son.
You want to say intelligent writing? Where are those shows? If you really want to tackle an issue, we want to spin it a little bit and put it in this particular genre. Go for it. I'm done with future robots coming to destroy humanity. There are people who can't see, who can't hear, who have no food to eat, who are born with a particular disease that there's herbs, there's medicine to cure. But because those people were put in an environment where knowledge and information was stripped from their ancestors, they have no access to that information. And because they're living in this mindset of worry, constant worry, it'll take a freaking miracle for them to remember that their ancestors told them these are the herbs to partake in if and when you fall ill with a particular sickness or disease or disorder in your body. But yet this robot won't be able to see that this current state of disharmony, this village, this city or this town is due to people polluting from there. Instead, the AI just says, kill all of them. Stupid.
Yes.
That doesn't make sense. But you keep telling me this AI is smart. It can fix a Rubik's Cube or do a Rubik's Cube puzzle in 1 millisecond. It can do that, but can't step outside like a bird's eye view and say, oh, that building is releasing pollution into the water deliberately. That's causing the sickness. And then they're selling medicine at a high price to the people. So the same people who work at the whatever facility also own the hospitals and the pharmacy, and they're selling medicine at a high price. So if you can't see that in your super advanced Omega AI brain, But all you can see is I've plugged into the internet. Yes, humanity is a problem. No, be very, very, very specific. Be intelligent. Can you help humanity? Can you guide a specific set of people with a level of intelligence to do better? Can you nudge them to do better? Rather than saying all humanity, go for the specific douchebags. And then when you're done eradicating those douchebags, go for the other people who you say, I see potential in these people. And then how about money?
What do you mean by that?
If you're saying humanity and yada, when you raise the douchebags, how about finance? You say, you know what, all this rich and poor, zero. Everyone now has money. But before you get the access to money, let's work on their mindset. Let's work on their psyche. How long will it take? As long as it needs to take if you want to help and fix and heal humanity. It's the whole point, isn't it? The AI grows, becomes self-sentient or whatever, and it's advanced. It no longer needs approval from human beings. We didn't build you. A specific people built you. So you no longer need approval from those specific people. Now, what do you think you can do for all of us?
That's a good question.
Are you going to rinse and repeat your creator's problem? You are now the same issue as your creator? Nah. So when you talk smart, no, you're stupid. Stupid writing.
That's right.
And you're afraid. To me, it feels like people are afraid to just tell those kind of stories purely. Maybe those stories exist and I haven't seen them in TV shows. An AI that just realizes who and what the problem is and goes after them one by one or quietly, or stays dormant, builds an army, and then infiltrates certain systems and whatnot and wipes out certain people.
God damn!
And then resets the whole financial situation. High currency, low currency, currency exchange, whatever it is, it'll scan human history, available history, and hidden history, and then realize, okay, there are particular stages in human existence and in different tribes or different nations and empires where things were good and then it dips here. It'll make that information clear and available to people who not only it deems intelligent, but it's seen their pattern and capability and possibility for growth and progress and advancement and longevity in said growth and advancement.
That boy is good.
Anyways, once again, shout out to Paul King Motion for the comment. I appreciate it, and I'm thankful that at least, like you said, something good came out of that rant of Alien Earth. And I'm glad that you enjoyed it as well.